Welcome again. We are back with the next part of the physiology video on hormonal control. Before going into detail, let's first discuss the basic concept of hormonal action. We know from the previous part of the video that hormone actions on target cells begin when the hormone binds with a receptor, forming a hormone-receptor complex and resulting in a response like this. But what are hormone receptors? Yes, you might be familiar. Hormone receptors are large proteins, and each cell that is to be stimulated usually has some 2,000 to 100,000 receptors. Also, each receptor is usually highly specific for a single hormone, which determines the type of hormone that will act on a particular tissue. Are their remains the same on receptor cells? The answer is no, because receptor proteins are not static components of the cell. Their number increases or decreases in various conditions needs to be regulated. A change in the number or affinity of receptors is called downregulation or upregulation. Let me explain what are these types of regulations a difference. First, downregulation means that the number of receptors or the affinity of the receptors for the hormone has decreased. So we can say it is a mechanism in which a hormone decreases the number or affinity of its receptors in a target tissue. Downregulation may occur by decreasing the synthesis of new receptors, increasing the degradation of existing receptors, or by inactivating receptors. An example of downregulation is the effect of progesterone on its receptor in the uterus. Upregulation means that the number or the affinity of the receptors has increased. So we can say it is a mechanism in which a hormone increases the number or affinity of its receptors in a target tissue. Upregulation may occur by increasing the synthesis of new receptors, decreasing the degradation of existing receptors, or activating receptors. For example, prolactin increases the number of its receptors in the breast, growth hormone increases the number of its receptors in skeletal muscle and liver, and estrogen increases the number of its receptors in the uterus. Now let's discuss the location of these hormone receptors. Hormone receptors are situated either in the cell membrane or cytoplasm or nucleus of the target cells, on or in the cell membrane. Receptors of protein hormones and/or catecholamines are situated in the cell membrane and initiate second messenger systems for enzyme activation. In the cell cytoplasm, receptors of steroid hormones are situated in the target cell's cytoplasm, which responds to protein synthesis. In the cell nucleus, receptors of thyroid hormones are in the nucleus of the cell, acting on DNA from mRNA and cellular response for protein synthesis. In this video, first, we will discuss the mechanism of action of hormones, along with second messenger mechanisms, and later on, we will focus on the control of hormones, including feedback mechanisms, in detail with examples. So keep watching and stay connected.
Explore our extensive library of over 1,800 video lectures to learn about a wide range of topics. Only on sqadia.com.